Hey guys, this video is for our kindergarten through 4th grade leaders. Everybody's doing the same thing again this week, so I'm just gonna make one video. And this is for October week 5. So it's the day before Halloween. We're gonna have a little costume party this weekend. Hopefully we have some extra fun in there too. All month long, we've been learning the virtue of grit, refusing to give up when life gets hard. And our memory verse for this month is, let us not become tired of doing good. For at the right time, we will gather a crop if we don't give up. Galatians 6:9. And I have gotten a lot out of this month. Sometimes it can just be exhausting to be a mom, be doing the right thing when you're at work, to be serving at church. And I think it's been such a good reminder this month to just not grow tired of doing good, because we are going to gather a crop as these kiddos grow older. So we have been in our timeline. We are moving right along in the Bible. We've gone from creation to the fall to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then we learned about Jacob's son Joseph. He moved the whole Israelite family to Egypt. And about 400 years later, now they are in slavery. And the Pharaoh ordered all the Israelite baby boys to be killed. So Moses' mother put him in a basket, sent him down the river. He was saved by Pharaoh's daughter, and then he ended up murdering an Egyptian. So he ran away into the wilderness. God called Moses out of the wilderness, brought him back to Egypt, where he brought the 10 plagues upon Pharaoh. So Pharaoh said, let the Israelites go, and he sent them off. Well, now the Israelites are heading out of Egypt, and they are coming across the Red Sea, and all of a sudden they turn around, and what happens? They see Pharaoh's army coming back from behind them to capture them. So that is where we are at this week in the story of Moses. We finish up the month in Exodus chapters 13 and 14. God's people were on their way out of Egypt, and everything was looking great for the Hebrews until Pharaoh changed his mind. Moses and the Hebrew people found themselves trapped between the Red Sea in front of them and Pharaoh's army in hot pursuit. But with God's help, Moses and the Israelites didn't give up, even in a tough situation. God performed a miracle, parting the Red Sea and allowing the Israelites to escape. So our bottom line for this week is hold on, because God is in control. We often feel like the Israelites, stuck with no clear way out of our circumstances. We're not sure what to do, and we're not sure we'll ever get to the other side. But thankfully, we don't need to face these moments on our own. God is with us and is always working things out, even when we can't see it. We can trust that God is in control. God will give us what we need to keep going and make it through with grit. So that is our story for this week. Jumping into our leader guide, we'd love for you to join us at 8:20 and 10:20 in the garage room for coffee and donuts, and most importantly, prayer. I have really been making it a habit to be praying for all of you and just hearing the things that are on your hearts and the things that are going on in your lives, to be praying for you during the week, and it's just such a great time of focus in the morning. Also, this weekend is a special weekend. It's Oak Bridge's 19th anniversary. So I just wrote a little note at the beginning because it's just so great to reflect. 19 years ago, I was in high school when Oak Bridge started. My life was a hot, stinking mess. I would never in a million years just imagine where I'm at right now. And so I just know that the importance of kids ministry, what we're doing for families, what we're doing for kids and laying a foundation for them, it's just such a good time to be reminded of that. So happy anniversary to Oak Bridge. When kids roll in, they can, of course, be doing their coloring page, which is Moses leading the people through the Red Sea, and they can kind of be playing with some toys. Then your little opening activity is a Halloween Would You Rather. So I've got this little packet in all of your carts. I put it up in the top behind your leader guide. So some of these questions aren't appropriate for, would you rather have nightmares about Freddy Krueger or Jason? Okay. Would you rather watch Psycho or Poltergeist? Obviously, we're not going to ask kids those questions, so you're going to have to kind of look through them. Would you rather carve 20 pumpkins or eat 10 bags of candy corn? That one is more appropriate. Would you rather stay home or go out trick-or-treating? So you can ask the kids a bunch of those questions. You can have them stand up and sit down. You can have them raise their hand or lower their hand. You can have them go to one side of the room or the other to play Would You Rather. Then at 10 after, you will head across to large group to hear the story of Moses and the Red Sea. When you get back, you can use this little conversation starter to lead kids in prayer as they're eating their snack. When the Israelites were stuck between the Red Sea and the Egyptian army, they thought it would be impossible for them to escape. But for God, it wasn't impossible at all. It was just a chance for everyone to see that God was still in control. So when you face something hard and you feel stuck, you might feel scared or even angry. But remember, nothing is impossible with God. God may not make your problem go away, but you can trust that God is always with you and he loves you and he is in control. And then you can lead them in prayer. And then for the memory verse, show them how to look it up in their Bibles, and you can practice it together with those motions. And then you're going to kind of do a fun little thing. So I didn't put these on the carts. I'm just going to have them at the table at the front of your room. Just make sure each kid only gets one. I have 150 cups made up, so that should be plenty. But each cup has a little bit of Pop Rocks in it. And so you want to make sure that kids don't have a dairy allergy. These do have some dairy in them. But what you're going to do is kids are going to put the Pop Rocks into their mouth, and then they are going to try to say their memory verse with their Pop Rocks popping in their mouth, okay? And then you're just going to close with something by saying, like, that was really fun. I'm so glad I get to learn the Bible alongside of you guys. As you go on this week, I want to challenge you to look for ways that you can do good and not get bored or tired with it. So be intentional about doing good. If kiddos can't have Pop Rocks because they have a dairy allergy, we have tons of Fruities that are left over. I'll make sure those are in every classroom, and you can give kids a Fruity to chew up and say their memory verse with their Fruity in their mouth. Then the last little review activity is going to be a story trick or treat. So what you're going to do is you're going to have 5 stations set up around your room, and each station will have 2 of these little story cards and a bucket of candy. So kids will end up getting 5 pieces of candy and 10 of these little tokens. And so they'll collect all 10 tokens. And then for our younger kids, kindergartners and first graders, you might want to gather them all together to help them put the tokens in order. And they're not in yet, but those little metal rings, they're going to put them on the little metal rings. They all have a hole punch in them. For the big kids, you can try to have them put them in order on their own and maybe give them a couple minutes to do that, and then you'll review it with them. So they'll collect 5 pieces of candy and 10 tokens, and I'll have, I'm going to put brown paper bags on your cart so the kids can put their little key ring with their little tokens in the brown paper bag and their candy to take home. And here's the order that they go in. Let my people go. Yes, please leave. Pillar of cloud by day, pillar of fire by night. The Red Sea, Pharaoh and his chariots, Moses, the Red Sea parts, Israelites walk through the Red Sea, and hold on because God is still in control. So that's the order that they go in. I will make a sample too for each of your carts so you know the right order. And then you can just close by saying, you guys really knew that Bible story. God was with the Israelites even when Pharaoh chased them and they were facing a giant sea of water. If you were the Israelites, what part of the story do you think would have gotten you scared? And you can even talk about this as a different kind of scary than Halloween. But we don't have to be scared because we know that God is in control and he always has a plan. So sometimes the things we face in life make us feel stuck. But just like God was in control with the Israelites, God is also in control of our lives and can help us push through the hard times. So we try to incorporate Halloween a little bit, some candy fun. Hopefully kids can take home some candy and they can all wear their costumes. Feel free to wear your costumes as well if you would like to. It's going to be a fun week. Thank you guys so much for serving. I am so, so grateful for each and every one of you. Super pumped, looking forward to this holiday season and our volunteer appreciation night. We haven't had one in 3 years, so if you have never been before, you are going to love it. It's going to be awesome. Mark your calendar for December 2nd. Thank you guys for serving, and we'll see you on Sunday.